Hi everyone, my name is Samantha. Welcome to my channel. I am excited to have you here. If you watch my epic YouTube intro, then it means you want to become a good person, well, at least a better person than you used to be, and I commend you for it. If you haven't watched it, don't panic, you can just click here and you will come right back after. If you don't feel like leaving this page because, well, look at me, you can stay, it's fine, I will make you a quick recap. On this channel, I will not talk about my makeup because I still remember that one time I went out with my girls and I put lip pencil on my eyebrows, and I was incredibly, surprisingly, so proud of that disaster. I'm not gonna talk about hair because I mean I barely have any, right? I'm not gonna talk about celebrity news. I love the TMZ voiceover guy, and I really believe that he's doing a great job. And since I would marry Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, and Seth Meyers if they ask, I might have daddy issues though. Well, anyway, I am no talk show host. No, here I want to talk about your hearts. Not in a creepy way, okay? I am not an Illuminati, I am not in a cult trying to get you to come to my cult. No, really, I just believe that from the heart flow the springs of life, and it's our job to guard them, and I will do my best. I want to do my best to help you do so. So how does it work? Every 2 weeks I will tell you something about me, a story that happened to me, how I experienced it, how I felt while I was going through it, and hopefully it will result in a discussion, an introspection, or maybe even a healing. Or you can just judge me. I can wait to be insulted and dragged by Twitter, black Twitter, white Twitter, you name it, I'm there for it. Haters? I don't understand. Is that Spanish? Today, I wanted to talk to you about my move to Montreal in Canada in 2008 as an international student from Africa. Breaking news, scientists have just discovered that Africa is not a jungle and the world is going mad. Maybe they're just going crazy because of my wig. Look at this mess. And well, Africa is not a jungle, so who cares now? Okay, girl, maybe I'm a little extra, and maybe, just maybe, things have changed since 2008. But I swear, when I got here, man, it was crazy. Oh my god, you come from Africa? Oh my, how did you get here? What do you mean? How did I get here? What do you mean? Okay, guys, another disclaimer. Africa is not a Disney movie. It's not Tarzan. It's not the Book of the Jungle. It's definitely not the Lion King. Well, except maybe Kenya. With the safaris and all that. Anyway, we do not let lions out on the street in Africa. We do not, walk on our hands in Africa. And we definitely do wear clothes. Listen, the first time I ever saw a lion was this summer when I went to the Grand Busy Zoo. So stop believing that Africa is what you see in the movie. It's not. Most of you already know this, but some of you don't. Africa is not a country. I come from a country named Cameroon. The capital is Yaoundé. The name of our president is Paul Biya. He's been president for like 30 years, I think. We have 200 ethnic groups, and we have like around the same number of dialects. I don't speak mine. My father wouldn't teach us because he wanted to gossip in peace in front of us when we were kids. Although I learned, I think a few months ago, that my last name means panther. And I don't know how I feel about it because in our slang language, a panther is a gold digger. So, yeah. When I first got here, I was a bit shocked because the cities were so different. Okay, so in Montreal and in Yaoundé, in both cities, you have taxis, right? Except that in Montreal, your taxi will only carry you and it will drop you off at your destination. You give the address, you get there, you're good. In Yaoundé, first of all, we don't have addresses. Okay, I lived there for 18 years. I don't know my address. So you don't have an address. There are 5 people in the car. Like, it's more of the Uber pool version. And 5 people in the car. I am not counting the chauffeur. So you do the math. There is no respect at all for the highway code. It's a suggestion. Like, like you can stop at a red light if you would like to. Just feel free to stop if you want to stop. It's so different from the public transportation in Montreal, when you have buses, you have metros, you have addresses. Another thing that was different was access to power. Okay, of course we had power back in 2008 in Cameroon, but we also had a lot of power outages. I remember when I was in primary school and I needed to study, so you get home by 4 p.m. and you have to study at 6 or 7, and there is no power. So you go get your oil lamp and you go get your 2 candles, and then you have to be like, yeah, okay, maybe that's what messed up my eyes, but anyway, we're not talking about my eyes today. Another thing that was different was, the way that we eat. So, I was just telling you that in Montreal, you can walk to places because it's so beautiful and so fancy. You feel like walking in the summer, right? In Cameroon, you don't feel like walking, but you do because you don't have a choice. But you like it though, because that's where we eat. We spend half the time eating in the street. And I don't mean in the little food trucks that look cute in North America that you see in the movies. From where I come from, we eat on the floor, okay? And next to a garbage dump, okay? And you have, like, in every neighborhood, you have that auntie. She makes the best beignet. Like that auntie. You see that hand. With that hand, just talking about that, like the African accent came back. That auntie, she's in every neighborhood, and that hand that is wiping off the sweat, picking the nose, scratching every single part of her body. That same hand, she's using it to cook your food, okay? And then you get there, and she will get the first paper that she can find. She will brush off the dust, and she will serve you your food in it. You will eat it. It will be the best meal ever. And then you get here, and everyone is allergic to something. Like, it's crazy. It's insane. It's just insane. In Montreal, even the lifestyle is different. I lived in Paris, I lived in Barcelona, Spain, and I really can say that Montreal is the safest city that I lived in. Okay, I only lived in like 4 cities, but it counts, okay? Because, I cannot walk in Paris at 7 p.m. by myself. Like, I will pee my pants just imagining what will happen to me. Let me not even begin to talk about Yaoundé. One time, okay, I'm gonna tell you how we got robbed with my mother. One time, someone opened the back door of the car and took my mother's bag. We were in the car. My mother was driving, I was in the passenger seat, and he opened the freaking door. We were stopped at a traffic light. There was a police station 3 feet away. Like, who does that? Who does that? So no, I'm telling you, Cameroon is my country. I love it, but I'm not messing with it. Of course, internet speed, it changed my life. I was in high school in Yaoundé, and it was such a struggle to watch One Tree Hill. Sometimes I needed to load the episode all night long to be able to watch it the next morning if there was not power outage. And of course, there is being on your own for the first time as a teenager. When I moved here, I was 17 years old. Okay, so you best believe I did some crazy-ish. So you're just enjoying your life. You can eat fast food every single day. You don't have to go to class if you don't want to. Your brothers are not around to follow you and just annoy you. You can lie to your mom about going to church. There is no one. And then it hits you. You alone. You were 18 years old and you lived all your life surrounded by friends and family. And now all of a sudden it's just you in a country that does not resemble yours in any way. There is no one to tell you what to do. There is no one to come home to. No one is interested in you. No one cares for you. No one is there to tell you that everything is going to be okay. And you get so lonely. The days were long and the nights were even longer. Like I told you before, that loneliness just led me to create relationships that were not good for me. Those relationships led me to a dark place. How dark did it get? Well, I got pregnant when I was 19 years old and I felt so abandoned. My alleged friend was sleeping with the biological father of my child. I felt lonely because, well, it's not cool to be pregnant when you're 19 years old, I guess. They just abandon you. And if the father of the child is just going around telling people you were, that definitely doesn't help. I started failing my classes. I had anxiety attacks. I cried myself to sleep and it felt endless. I felt like there was nothing I could do to change that, to just change the state of mind I was in, to just change my situation. And what pulled me through was a friend. She was a Christian, and even if I wasn't, she showed me love. She showed me kindness. She showed me support. She really made a difference for me. So today, I want to leave you a friendship. I want to encourage you to open your heart and seek for help. No matter the reason why you feel lonely, maybe you moved to a new place, maybe it's just a season of your life where you don't feel supported, where you don't feel loved. Really, I encourage you to talk to a friend. It made a difference for me, and I really believe that it can make a difference for you too. It's not just you, and you need to start believing that and just tune down all the lies that it's just you, it's never gonna change, you're never gonna be okay, and all of that. You need a kind, a supportive, a loving, and a loyal friend. And if you don't have anyone in mind, it's fine. Would you consider Jesus? I turned to him when I was, in the darkest time and darkest place of my life, and that changed me totally and entirely. And I will be so happy to introduce you to him. So if you're interested, you can just DM me. I'll be happy to have that conversation with you. We can talk about what you're going through right now. Really, I will love that. And if you don't suffer from loneliness or depression, that's fine. Just open your eyes and open your heart. Listen to the people around you. Listen closely to what they don't say. I truly believe that as human beings, we get the opportunity and the chance to be our brother's keeper. And I promise you that's really how you make a difference. And until next time, hit subscribe, watch some more videos, and got your heart.